connections to industry experts and a pool of industry experts that they can pull from for the benefit of their entrepreneurs when they enter the internationalization process. For the enabler, this is a pretty obvious opportunity to generate revenue if that is indeed part of the enabler's mandate, and it's also a possibility for the enabler to solidify their role or their leadership or focus in a particular sector. Now, for the company itself, the industry expertise value add is quite obvious, I would say. Of course, it's market validation. It's always about market validation. It's about providing demand-driven services and products to a market and making sure that's what's actually needed there before you venture out to gung-ho. What industry expertise also means is that it could provide mentorship for the company in the target market. So in many cases, we were working with industry experts who were located in the target market, of course, and not so much in the market that we were leaving from. And those folks already have these personal connections and can broker, business meetings and deals, which are, of course, of great importance for the company itself. This, of course, links to the next point as well, links to potential buyers in international markets and so forth. And of course, the whole legal, tax, administrative environment is incredibly important also in the internationalization process. So having that expertise on board, whether it's in-house or you know where to source it, is certainly a success factor. A second key success factor was in the ability to assess a company's readiness to actually internationalize. So of course, I'm actually an entrepreneur myself, and I really am excited to enter the U.S. market soon with my product, but am I ready? I'm not sure. So it's always good to take a step back and try to understand what are the elements that you need to have in place in order to be ready to go international. And so, of course, for the enabler, being able to assess that kind of company readiness also is the ability to assess whether or not it makes business sense for the incubator to support the company in going international. It also, if the enabler is able to develop or together with Infida, for example, utilize certain tools, benchmarking tools, what have you, for assessing a company readiness, it's just a quicker way for them to go around supporting the company. Now, for the company itself, the ability to assess company readiness obviously is important for the company itself, and it also does continue to build that trust between the incubator and between the company in being able to navigate international market opportunities. And of course, as part of the assessment process of company readiness, the company would then gain advice on the type of quality and standards development that they would need to do for their product or service in order to successfully enter the international market. Now, the third success factor that we saw was crucial at enablers to successfully help the internationalization process was access to knowledge and networks. And we hear that all the time, but we hear that all the time for a very good reason, because it's absolutely essential, certainly when you look at linking to international markets. So among the enablers, of course, there is the value add of being able to exchange the good practices and understanding successes as well as failures, whether it's through training, workshops, and online platforms and so forth. Access to knowledge and networks means access to practical tools and case studies that show you how it's been done before and how you might be able to spin that a bit differently at your enabler. It also means that good networks are also networks with links into potential finance for your enabler. So that obviously adds value as well. Access to knowledge and networks for the company, of course, means seeing new markets. And one thing that I would like to highlight is the importance of building the confidence of the entrepreneurs, to see the new markets and believe that they can enter them. And I don't think that's important to highlight as well. I realize I'm running a bit late. And then finally, a very important point, though, in terms of a success factor is how is this internationalization service actually positioned at the business incubator. So for the enabler to do it well, what we recommend as a result of these activities is that it has to be built into the actual business model of the incubator itself. It can't be an ad hoc service. That doesn't seem to make sense at all. And when it's systematic like that, then you're also able to build the necessary financial and personnel and resources around the activities. Now, of course, positioning that service as a core mission of the incubator, for that company, it means they just get better service from the incubator, don't they? It's a strong service line. It's also credibility towards the new markets, towards potential buyers in international markets. And it also gives the companies a more natural orientation towards international markets. So some of these, whether they die local or as we heard earlier, they're already thinking that, there's more to my business than the domestic market. No, so these are the general reflections. If I may just quickly point out from these bullet points, readiness and validation. Those are the two biggest things that came out from our pilot activities that are important to consider both on the enabler and on the business level. What also came out was that the really seed $10,000 cash prize that we were able to award, the mentoring was much more than the money at the end of the day. So that's very important, I think, to keep in mind when we're designing these kinds of programs. Business modeling, which I already mentioned as well, and then time and money as well, because I think at Infidev we definitely learned that we try to do too much in too little time, and we just have to be, I think, a little bit more realistic and smarter next time we go about it, and I think we will be. So immediate next steps, leveraging the knowledge gained from these pilots into future program design. I'd invite you please to go ahead and check out the full report online as well to get more information about what we've learned. We're in the process of developing a new incubation management training module on internationalization, and that'll come out in the next year or so. And of course, we have a wonderful cohort of certified trainers here in Saudi Arabia as well who will be able to utilize that in the training program. And certainly, as always, we're seeking to engage potential partners and donors at Infidev who might be interested in the internationalization service as part of our broader work program. And that's it. Shukran. Thank you very much for having me. And please approach me if you have further questions or email me. Thank you.
Our third and final speaker of this session is Mrs. Sarah Mubarak. She is the manager of the soft landing program and the client funding advisory section at Badr program. Sarah, she coaches and mentors entrepreneurs and provides them with financial and business planning assessment and helping them in evaluating their businesses and gain funding from different financial institutions. Sarah also played a major role in establishing SIRP Angel Investor Network in Saudi Arabia, and also she has been lately appointed to be the manager of the Badr Market Entry Gateway Soft Landing program in Saudi Arabia. Please welcome with me, Sarah.
This session, as we've heard, speaks about globalization and moving businesses into international markets. As we've heard earlier from Dr. David, we've heard the different types of startups and the challenges facing these startups into moving global. Ms. Humla also shared with us the Infidev program and their efforts into moving the SMEs worldwide to a global market. At Badr program, we have developed our own soft landing and market entry program. Our approach is different, or we have developed our own approach based on the experience we've faced with our entrepreneurs and the foreign SMEs that apply to Badr in order to enter the Saudi market. We have developed the soft landing and market entry program where its basis is collaboration between local and foreign SMEs. As we know, SMEs are key to growing economies. SMEs bring diversification to the market, they bring new innovations, and they create value employment to Saudi youth. But we do understand that SMEs face a lot of challenges, especially in emerging markets like Saudi Arabia. We have identified different challenges that are facing the local SMEs and the foreign SMEs. For local SMEs, they may have the enthusiastic, they have great ideas, and they are able to start businesses. But they face difficulties in moving these businesses from a startup into a fast-growing business. Sometimes they lack the technical know-how that they need into moving the business and creating the value, products, and their services needed for the consumers. On the other hand, the foreign SMEs may have the technical know-how, may know how to move the business into a fast-growing business, but they face difficulties when they try to access markets such as Saudi Arabia. They may have difficulties understanding the culture of Saudi Arabia. Not all the products and services are able to be delivered in Saudi Arabia. They face legal difficulties. They don't know the legal infrastructure in Saudi, what kind of licenses are needed to start a business in Saudi. And the most important difficulties most SMEs and businesses face when they move into Saudi is the networking. They don't know who to knock doors, or what government agencies they need to talk to, or who are the collaborators that they need to speak to in order to enter the Saudi market. The key to facing these challenges is collaboration. Collaboration between foreign SMEs and local SMEs. Why did we choose collaboration, or why did we come up with collaboration? Collaboration reduces the risks associated with starting a new business for the local SME. They will have a readily made product. They don't have to go through the research and development in order to come up with the product that fits the consumers. They will have a readily made business model. As we see with Badr incubatees, some of them have great ideas and they are able to develop a product or a service for the consumer, but they fail in their revenue model. They cannot make money. They cannot make profits that will be able to sustain the businesses in the market. So most of them end up closing. But when they collaborate with a foreign SME that's already selling their products in their own local market, they already have a successful business model, it will reduce the risk associated with moving their business in the kingdom. Also for foreign SMEs, it will accelerate their growth into the new market of Saudi Arabia. Instead of taking 2 to 3 years, as most businesses take to enter the Saudi market, instead of spending a lot of money to enter the market, they will expedite their move to Saudi market by collaborating with a local SME who's already in the market. They know all the key players and they have all the right connections in the market. Also, the collaboration will empower the economy of Saudi Arabia by bringing in new technology, bringing in new investment and creating employment. I would like to take you through one case study that's in Badr and is still in progress. Umlati is an SME incubated at Badr. It was started by an entrepreneur. His name is Khadir Holan. Umlati is working in the e-commerce space. They're trying to facilitate online shopping for Saudi consumer. Even though Saudi consumers really like to shop and they really like to shop, they face difficulties by online shopping because the credit card penetration in Saudi market is very low. People are scared to use credit cards. They don't know how to deal with foreign websites. So Umlati was trying to facilitate and solve this issue for the Saudi consumer. He thought about using virtual credit cards, but he didn't have the technical know-how of starting this virtual credit card here in Saudi. He started doing his research. He got in contact with the Electronic Money Association in the UK. Through talking with them, he was introduced to Exaris. Exaris is a company located in the UK. They are one of the first companies that use virtual credit cards in the world. They are located in the UK and they serve the European Union because they have presence in the UK and they have the relationship with the local banks and local authorities in the European Union. They first started talking to each other. Exaris liked the idea of Saudi market, even though Saudi market was not on their radar. Exaris asked Umlati to make a feasibility study for them because they don't understand the market. Based on the findings of this study, they have signed a collaboration agreement. They started working with each other. Exaris have developed the virtual credit card system for Umlati on Umlati's servers. And Exaris also helped the new venture sign an agreement with MasterCard, which would have been impossible for Umlati to do on their own. On the other hand, Umlati have established a relationship with the local banks, and they've established a distribution relationship with the Saudi Post, who already have the license from the central bank to distribute this monetary instrument. So as you see, collaboration can bring benefit to both the local and foreign SME and help them move to market faster. So our soft landing program will focus on SMEs around the world. It will focus on accelerating market entry for foreign SMEs and accelerating market validation for local SMEs. So this is the business model for our program. Our program will start with the foreign SMEs applying to our website, which will be available this month. Once they apply, we'll take them through our criteria. If they are approved, they will move to the next step. We'll make a market fit analysis for them and market fit study, and we'll provide the foreign SME with the study. If the management of the foreign SME decide to move and proceed to the market, we'll take them to the next step, which is a planned market visit, where we're going to help them in their own country. We'll give them some cultural awareness. We'll help them with the translation. And once they move here to Saudi Arabia, we'll plan for them a very condensed visit, 7 to 10 days, where they will meet with several collaborators, possible consumers, possible customers, and possible suppliers. Hopefully by the end of this visit, they will create several leads. Once they go home, they will start negotiation with these leads. Hopefully one of these leads will develop into a collaboration model. Our relationship with them will not end there. Once the collaboration agreement has happened, we'll help them with office space. They will gain access to all our services that we provide to our Badr incubators. This is the anticipated outcomes that we hope to get out of this program within 2 to 3 years of operation. We hope to reach more than 100 SMEs worldwide. Out of this 130 will move into our soft landing program and will develop the market fit analysis study for them. Out of this 30, 20 will move and visit the kingdom. Hopefully, we'll have 10 graduates who form a new venture in collaboration with the foreign SME. So we hope through our soft landing program and the market entry to bring benefit to both local SMEs, foreign SMEs, and mainly to the economy of Saudi Arabia by bringing in more